Well, good evening from London and welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored on a bank holiday. I know what you're thinking. He's underpaid, he's overworked, and they even drag him in on a bank holiday. But that's how you get to the top. Commitment and dedication on days when everybody else is having barbecues and lying by the beach. Not me. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's Coronation Week, and like it or not, the eyes of the world are on the British monarchy. This will be an historic state occasion. To put it in context, think about this. The procession on Saturday will be twice as big as the procession for the Queen's funeral, 3 times as big as the procession for the Platinum Jubilee. This will be the biggest celebration of our monarchy and British modern history since, of course, the Queen's coronation back in 1953. But ultimately, it belongs to the British people. The monarchy belongs to the British people. But in trying to make precisely that point, the palace has begun this momentous week with what looks to me like a bit of a misstep, and I'll tell you why. In a striking change to an ancient ritual, the watching public will be invited to pay homage to King Charles by reciting an oath of allegiance, something normally reserved for aristocrats in Westminster Abbey. It's supposed to make the service inclusive, a people's coronation, they say, but instead it's played into the hands of the naysayers and Republicans bent on souring this coronation. Scenes like this up at Celtic feel like a kind of inevitable response to being asked to pay homage and bear allegiance to the king. Well, utterly charming, of course, as ever, from Celtic fans, but that's what they've always been like towards our monarchy, and I have a similar view of Celtic fans, so all's fair in love and war. Now, they've got mixed feelings, obviously, about this. They're not even mixed, really. I've got mixed feelings too, because our king has earned allegiance from us with the longest apprenticeship in history and a lifetime of duty and service. I will defend King Charles and the institution of the monarchy to the hilt as a unifying force for good in this country. But as always, the devil lurks in the detail. The order of service will say, all those who so desire in the Abbey and elsewhere say together, I swear that I will pay true allegiance to your majesty. So look, so far so good. I've got no problem with those words. I can imagine a lot of people at home actually saying, yeah, I can say that. I can go along with that. Nothing dictatorial about that bit. All those who desire can get involved. All those who don't desire can keep their big gob shut or change the channel or go and watch Celtic. But then the oath concludes with this: and to your heirs and successors according to law, so help me God. And this is where I've got a problem. The king's heirs and successors, well, they include a rather unsavoury bunch of characters that many British people might rather lock in the Tower of London than pay allegiance and homage to. Let's not forget that Prince Harry, the great royal traitor, is 5th in line to the throne, despite having done more than anybody in living memory, with the possible exception of his wife, to trash and undermine the institution we're supposed to be celebrating. A little further down the list is Prince Andrew, 8th in line to the throne, who recently paid a woman he said he'd ever met $11 million to avoid getting into court to contest a sex abuse scandal. His calamitous PR decisions have heaped global embarrassment on the royals. Now, I believe passionately in the British monarchy, but I'd rather be garroted, frankly, than swear my allegiance to either Harry or Andrew. And I suspect most British people feel the same. In a severe cost of living crisis, and with polls showing more than half of the British people don't care about the coronation, especially young people, the idea of pledging allegiance to an unelected head of state feels like the wrong answer to a serious question. If King Charles wanted this to be an inclusive gesture, maybe a better place to start would have been shelving the oath altogether, or doubling down on the message that he, like all our monarchs, lives in service to all of us.